Hi, everybody. This is Mike Gertis with the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living with Wonder Dog Yoga. Yes, we're bringing you a love note. I hope you've had a great day. Hey, I want to talk to you today about something that's really important. Now, let me ask you, in your life, what's really important? Okay, now what's really, really important? Now, if you had to give up everything else, what's the most important thing in your life? Well, I recognize that when I ask myself that question, there's lots of things and lots of people and critters that I absolutely love, I seriously love, and I could never give them up. And yet, unfortunately, nobody comes into our life to stay. It's a sad fact. But the interesting thing about that is we don't come into this life to stay either. Everybody that comes into this life makes a transition to another life. And in our teaching, we recognize that life's eternal, or stepping yet onto another plane. So given that, what's the really, really, really most important thing in your life? Well, my suggestion would be is to get right with Spirit, right with God, if you might say, to focus on things of good report, to focus on Spirit, to connect with Spirit, to meditate with Spirit, to talk to Spirit and allow Spirit to talk to you. Get a conscious communication flowing here on a daily basis. And I know some people do it more than once a day. But when it comes to the final analysis, there's only one thing that you can take with you: your connection with Spirit, your consciousness. So I think it's important these days when we're taking a look at all the stuff, worried about this and we're worried about that, to kind of put things in perspective so we can really focus on what's important. And to take the time that we've got, because all of us have a somewhat limited lifespan on this particular planet or plane, and see where we can make the best use of it so that we can be the maximum loving impact in creating a world that works for all. What can I do, I'm asking myself, to be more kind and loving today and tomorrow? What can I do to bring a smile on somebody's lips tomorrow? What can I do to make somebody feel better about themselves? What can I do knowing that last night or tonight, some of you have probably been crying for one thing or another? I mean, I know life gets lifey and stuff gets tough sometimes. And just to say that this too shall pass sounds kind of flip. So what I want us to recognize is there's only one life. That life is God's life. And that is your life. So your connection in and through and as that life, and in and through and as the consciousness of God knowing itself by means of you, is the number one most important thing or experience that we need to be mindful of. If we do that, all the rest of this comes naturally. All the rest of this comes as a blessing. All the rest of this good life comes as frosting on the cake. So here's to more frosting on the cake. Know you're loved, and have a good night.